Hello and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online Murkmire. We are in Famia Mercius, I forgot her last name, not that it mattered all that much. We are in her, well, not really her office, but rather the building of Cyrodiilic Collections. Hello, and we are to talk to her in order to progress the storyline. But before we do that, so I've handled a little problem, and I've seen what the shadowy supplier for the Dark Brotherhood is like. Now, they can be found at the Outlaws Refuge, but it obviously doesn't. But it doesn't show up right now. What it seems to be is that you are given a selection of 3 types of items. One is poisons, one is equipment, and I can't remember the last one. Sorry to say. But basically, that is what you can obtain from the shadowy supplier. So it's not all bad. I mean, I'm probably mostly going to be using the equipment because that actually gives set items and stuff like that. So that has a greater value to me. But yeah, that's how it works. Right, let's talk to Famia.
You're here! Excellent! Welcome to the headquarters of Cyrodiilic Collections. Now, we have business to discuss, right? I hope our experience in the Zanmir hasn't put you off adventuring for good.
You mentioned another job for me.
Yes, we'll get to that. But first, payment for services rendered. You helped me recover the Kajinjat crystal and saved the entire expedition many times over. Without you, we'd certainly be dead. Please, take this payment with my compliments.
Okay, so I think this is doing the same thing that the storyline of, well, the Dark Brotherhood, the Gold Coast, did, in that it's a very brief and very condensed storyline because it's a smaller region, but the rewards are perhaps just as great as if it were a full-blown zone. Like, Murkmire is considered a zone, but it's a small one compared to Valenwood, parts of Skyrim and stuff like that. Okay, well, that's certainly not bad.
Now then, are you ready to discuss my offer? I certainly hope so. I honestly don't know what I'll do if you turn me down. It's grave business, you know? I'm not trying to apply undue pressure or anything, but yes, serious business.
What do you need me to do?
It's my missing companions, Qa'Rajh and Dainia, the explorers whose bags we found out in the marsh, remember? I told you I sent them to recover Baka stones, but that wasn't all they were looking for. They were looking for the remnant of Argon.
Hold on while I turn on my fan. It is a little bit hot in here. Sorry for the background noise, but you'll probably manage. Oh, it's, at least according to Audacity, I mean, it's notable, but it's not that bad. Good. Well, I certainly wouldn't do without it, because it's hot. I was debating whether I should make a cup of iced coffee rather than regular coffee, but I made a cup of regular coffee. Right, the remnant of Argon. What's that?
A legend. Some say it's a massive gem, others a magical egg. Either way, I fear Qa'Rajh and Dainia's disappearance is linked to their search. Zukas agreed to look into it, and it seems he's found something. Could you speak with him?
Alright, I'll meet with Zukas and find out what he knows. Where can I find him?
Zukas' message said to meet him at the Teeba-Enoo field in Altan Mir Halil. Teeba-Enoo's a local sport. I have no idea how it's played. There's a ball involved, I know that. I'm babbling, sorry. I do this when I'm nervous. Please, be careful.
You really think Zukas can help you find your missing friends?
Oh, certainly. Zukas enjoys friendly relationships with practically everyone, even the Nagas. Some of Lilmoth's investors see him as a bit of a swindler, but that's rooted in their ignorance of Argonian culture more than anything else.
Who are the Nagas?
The Nagas are a breed of Argonians. I guess breed is the term. Sounds a bit offensive, doesn't it? Oh dear. Well, let's just say they're a different kind of Argonian. The Deadwater tribe is a Naga group, but tribeless Nagas wander all over Murkmire.
The Deadwater tribe? They're hostile.
Hostile? Well, I mean, they're certainly aggressive, but hostile has all kinds of connotations I'd rather avoid. What matters is they react with violence to practically any intrusion. For instance, they abducted me once about a year ago.
What happened?
Well, one of my expeditions took a brief detour into Deadwater territory. They took us as hostages almost immediately. I tried to impress upon them my deep love and admiration for Argonian culture.
How did they react?
They broke my arm in 3 places, tied me to a raft, and sent me headfirst down Who-Kept Falls. Luckily, I'm a strong swimmer. I'm casting them in a very poor light. Honestly, if you can see past the idle cruelty, they're really quite pleasant.
Right. That sends a message. How about the others in that expedition? I kind of want to know, because if she's the only one alive from that expedition, and she got out of there with a broken arm in 3 places nonetheless, and tied to a raft, that's a signal. That's a signal indeed. I see. Tell me more about this remnant of Argon.
Honestly, Are you sure you want me to bring you into this? Eshraf and Dynia only knew its name, and now they've probably been kidnapped.
I can handle myself. I hope. Tell me.
Very well. As I said, no one really knows what the Remnant is, but it's just everywhere. Tree minders whisper about it when they think no one's listening. It's tucked away in poems and songs. It's always there, just below the surface.
If it's anywhere, how is it a secret?
Like I said, people think it's just a legend, so they ignore it. But once serious scholars like us start asking questions, start making those first quiet discoveries, all the opportunists crawl out of their holes to take their nibbles.
If it does exist, do you have any idea what it is?
All the folktales imply that the Remnant shares a deep connection with the Hist, but the rest is pretty murky. Songs about the Remnant almost always end with a hero plucking it from the roots of a tree and ushering in a new golden age. Others
what?
Well, some of the songs end with an unworthy snake swallowing the Remnant and turning into a hideous giant that ravages the land for 100 seasons. So, keep an eye out for snakes.
I mean, I was probably going to do that anyway. Okay, let's see what this... Well, skill point can wait. Let's see what this weapon crate is. So we know that it's a weapon. This carefully constructed wooden crate contains a weapon unique to Murkmire. Bright-Throat's Boast Restoration Staff. Cool. Gotta remember to break that down so that I'm not lugging it around. Right, the skill point. Okay, we are still on the armor fill-up quest. Or did we actually finish that? No, we are still not done in heavy armor. What have we got? So we got 3 points left to give before all armor trees are filled up. Heavy armor penalties. What? Increases... Dude. I don't think any of the others have penalties. Oh well. I mean, it makes sense, so I'm not really going to complain about it. I haven't seen it before. It might have been there always, but... Yeah, well... I might not have paid complete attention. So, what we're lacking is spell and physical resistance, which is nice. Or rapid mending, which gives us more healing received. Which might not be a bad thing, given that... I don't know if that's the case, though. Well, I think taking this one makes more sense for the moment. The other... Rapid mending seems more like a... Like, if I was using my restoration staff, sure. But I'm not. Where am I to go? Up. Boop. Talk to Zukas. Oh, did you see that? Do you see that trail leading off the beaten path? That sounds like my kind of jig.
Though the Saxhleel generally choose to live in tribes based around a history, Lilmog is a merchant town with no true leadership.
Is this the right way? Yes. Again, this isn't a large area, but I get turned around just because I do. That's just me playing this game. Alright, we're not going for an hour for this one. So, if it makes sense, roughly around 30 minutes, I'll try and cut it off there. Is this the start of the path? Yes, right. We shall go this way then. For exploration. And for the destruction of whatever cruel and unnecessary creatures that decide to stand in my path. You know some of them are gonna do it. Oh! What have we there? I saw that. I saw that. Oh. What is this? Oh, that was the Sanmir. Can I actually? I cannot. Okay. So, even if I was missing something, it is now shut. Okay. Well, let's stay on the path. We can always some other time go off the path and see what horrors await us in the wetlands of the swamp. But not now. I see you. Crocodile. Crocodile. I don't like the tall grass. The tall grass is an incident waiting to happen, basically. Oh. Alton Merleal. Right, but the path unfortunately stops here. So... Alright. I don't think there are traps, and this is not exactly helping. But it gives me a bit more confidence because I'm not moving with the speed of the wind. So I'm not less likely. Oh, a lone hover. Like I'm not going to take that. Ridding the world of the vampiric gigantic tick. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Because I'm a hero. My claim to fame is very, very narrow. Alton Merleal. I don't. Oh, I was about to say I don't see any people, but that's a guard. That's a bit more than hands that heal. I'm guessing you're a healer.
I do.
I don't know. I'm not on side quests just yet. But what is this place? Merleal Market. That sure is some serious stilts. Even though there's a lot of them, they don't look all that sturdy, each of them. Which, I mean, that's really what you want, isn't it? Sturdiness. Especially when built upon water, but, yeah. Alright. What is this hut? Doghouse. So nothing. Kidoki. Rahu Timita. I like Argonian naming conventions, but I'm definitely not good at saying their names. Is this where the ball spot is?
Why are you just standing there? Let's go!
I'm guessing an orc doesn't necessarily understand. Oh, hello. Teeba-Enoo. Dryskins often ask me about the Teeba-Enoo. They see the ball in the court and say all kinds of funny things. Today, the tall elf I travel with pointed to the court and asked, "This is a garden, yes?" I did not know how to respond, so I just blinked at him. What kind of garden grows no food? Tall elves can be very stupid. Still, I think I should write down the rules so people ask me fewer questions. Teeba-Enoo means something like hip and tail ball in the dry tongue. All of us play it, some better than others. I was never any good. My arms are too long and my tail is too thin. The best Teeba players are short and bulky with broad tails like crocodiles and hips that swing like bags of cinnamon grass. That's a reference. The game is played on a broad field of dry mud and salt meadow hay. On either end of the field is a wall of mud and Ito cane. The size of the field and the height of the wall vary from village to village. In Sinis, for example, the wall is 20 hands tall. 2 reed hoops are suspended over the field. One is about 30 hands high. The other is about 50. Again, this varies. For example, the Tung-Talil tend to set up their hoops lower as they are fat and stupid and cannot jump very high. Each team consists of 5 players. The game begins by tossing the ball, or Teeba, skyward. Each team tries to hit the ball with their hips, elbows, or tail. This can hurt a bit since the Teeba is very heavy and made of Depasa gum. Some players wear pads of wood and dried waso leaves to protect themselves, but most Saxhleel make fun of them for doing so. Teeba is volleyed back and forth between the teams, with each player trying to strike the opposing wall with the ball. If they succeed, their team earns a point. Teamwork is very important. One player may tap the Teeba upward, so a second player can swat it with their tail. Tail strikes tend to be much stronger. This continues until one of the teams has scored 10 points. Teams can earn 3 points by hitting the ball through the lower red hoop. This is very difficult to do, though, since the hole is so small. If a player is able to get the ball through the upper hoop, the game is over, and whichever team has the highest score at that time is declared the winner. There is, of course, much more to it. But this primer should at least keep the scaleless ones from trying to pitch their tents in the middle of the court. That's probably not a grand idea. Hello, Sukas.
Ah, Sun's blessings, Biko. You come to discuss friend Famia's missing explorers, yes?
Yes, what have you discovered?
Only the scent of conspiracy. But for now, the scent is enough. The Dragonstar Caravan Company, a dishonest flock of thugs and traitors, funnels information to someone outside Lilmoth. Notes on Cyrodiilic Collection's business dealings, I think.
Dragonstar, that's the Northern Cracklorn. Did you get your hands on any of this correspondence?
Not yet, but that is soon to change. The orc Lozwug, who watches my eggkin play Teeba-Enoo, he serves the Dragonstar Caravan Company. A courier, I think. He carries a letter filled with his tradekin's secrets. With your help, I will take it.
How can I help?
I do not need to convince you. That is good, if a little disconcerting. Lozwug shows loud, obnoxious interest in our game, Teeba-Enoo. Ask him to explain the rules. While he growls and rants, I will take the letter from his pocket. Simple, I think.
Alright, I'll ask Lozwug about the game. I mean, we do have an ability to pickpocket, but this is probably the one that gets us into less trouble. Hello, Lozwug.
Teeba-Enoo? More like stupid. This game's a joke. No tusk jabs, no eye gouges, just a bunch of rolling around and tail swinging.
Can I just give props to this guy's voice acting? That's... chef's kiss. Just more like Teeba-E. Stupid? Nailed it. Nailed it. I've never heard of Teeba-Enoo. How's it played?
I have got no tusking idea. Neither do these lizards. When I got here, they were all just lying there. Then all of a sudden, half of them stood up and started slapping their tails, croaking like mad and kicking balls around.
How many balls?
I don't know, half a dozen maybe? They were bouncing them off that rock, and then the other team started hooting and slapping their chests like monkeys. They rushed the hill, formed a circle around the rock, and started standing on their heads.
What did the other team do?
They started singing. Then one of them shouted, "Enu!" and everyone flopped over like they were dead. They laid there for 15 minutes, then the game was over. Yes. Tusking nonsense. If that's a sport, I'm a Hearthwine's dustpan.
Thanks for the explanation. Oh, I saw that. Culinary adventure.
Very well done. You must be half Riverboa, Biko. Loswog looked hypnotized. No, I give you too much credit. He has a brain like a bone trout. But my tongue wanders. Let me read this. Oh, this is... Yes, this may rattle the cattails.
What does it say?
It is not just notes on business dealings. It is a description of friend Famia. Where she walks, who she speaks with, what she eats, and so on. I had no idea she ate so many snails.
So the Dragonstar Caravan Company has been spying on Famia.
On Famia and her explorer kin also, I think. We cannot be sure, though. Simple Loswog carried only this letter. I know a place where more information can be found, but you will have to go alone.
What is this place?
The Dragonstar Depot in Lilmoth. I leased them the land. They were very pleased, until it sunk. Now they slop around in there like angry mudmoles. No one is welcome, least of all me. If you sneak into the depot, you may find more clues.
I mean, if you're leasing out the land, you are technically still the landlord, even though they are the ones, occupying the building. But I suppose landowners' rights aren't exactly as clear-cut as they are in our world. Alright, I'll search the depot for more clues.
I should tell you, the Dragonstar Dryskins are not over fond of uninvited guests. If they see you, they will probably shout or ring bells or run in silly circles, so be cautious. And please try not to kill anyone. It always leads to headaches.
Oh, well, there goes my assassination plans. Why are you helping us?
It is like I said before. I wish to keep friend Famia safe.
It has nothing to do with the Remnant of Archon?
Ha! So you know about the Remnant too. Some rumors are like willow vipers, Biko. Well hidden and best left alone. A conversation for another time, I think.
Fair enough. Why can't you sneak into the depot with me? You just pickpocketed that orc.
In the chilly lake we call negotiation, a good reputation is like a sturdy raft. A bad reputation is like a stone tied to your tail. Saxhleel do not drown, but it is very difficult to see at the bottom of a lake. I am sorry, this is a poor metaphor.
No, I think I got the meaning. Any tips on infiltrating the depot?
Yes, as the depot is sinking, the fence up against the swamp is in poor repair. There is a spot near the back of the camp where you can get in, but not out. This may be better than going in the front, yes? Here, I'll mark the spot on your map.
Why can't I get out? What happened between you and the Dragonstar Caravan Company exactly?
It started with Domitia Nausicaa. She oversees the Dragonstar Caravan Company's affairs here in Murkmire. We made a bargain, a land deal. I negotiated in good faith, but she was lazy and inattentive, and so missed key details.
So she made a poor deal.
Yes,
Ooh, that was a long
she
text
and her
suddenly.
tradekin arrived during the dry season. She told me that they wished to build a trade depot on the Fen Island south of Lilmoth. I agreed to lease the land in exchange for the return of some treaties her company acquired years ago.
Why did you want old treaties?
I paper the walls of my home with evidence of dryskin treachery. That is a joke. Documents hold power in the Ojel world, especially old documents. Taken alone, they are mostly worthless, but combined with threat of conflict, they can be useful.
Ojel? What's that?
Ojel, people who do not speak the root's tongue. A kinder word for outsider. Well, not so kind in some circles. The Deadwater tribe uses this word like a knife.
Alright, so back to the deal with Domitia. It went bad.
For Domitia? Yes. The island flooded, as it always does during the wet knee season. She grew furious, called me a swindler. Now they throw rocks at me any time I stray near the depot. Luckily, I am very swift, and they are very stupid.
Fair enough. Okay, so perhaps not the brightest of sorts, but that means we have to go back to Lilmoth. I kind of want to discover... Oh, I don't want to interrupt the game. That seems like bad sport. Quite literally. But I do want to find... Oh, it's optional to not kill anyone. You know, that is set up like a challenge. Huh! A river troll. Well, we haven't really had any combat besides that hover, so... Fight me if you dare! Piggin? Yeah, that's not gonna do enough for you. Get interrupted. Pop! I said pop. Thank you. Nah. But I kind of want to discover this crafting place because that serves both as experience, but also a chance to deconstruct the recently acquired set item. I think it's a set item, I'm not entirely certain, but that would make sense. Clothing, no, it's a stave. So, it should, nope, I do not want to, I'd wanted to, there we go. Okay. Well, in the next episode, I shall meet you back in Lilmoth and trying to find a way inside the caravan depot. But until then, take care.